Schwartzy here. How you feeling, babes? I gotta tell you, I'm having a pretty groovy night so far. Currently on assignment, on the road, listening to some Depeche Mode. Nothing wrong with that. No. I'm hitting the highway hard, on my way back to Nova Scotia's beautifully boring South Shore. Highway 101, be it. The moon's so bright, I don't even need my headlights. No. Gibbous moon is riding high in the sky tonight. It's a lyric from a song, isn't it? What is it? Insane Clown Posse, or Will Smith, or Depeche Mode? This gibbous moon, oh, I got my eyes on you, baby. Fuck, man, that was a good song, whoever sang it. Seriously, though, the highway is super illuminated right now. Almost looks like daytime. Oh, it's fucking weird. Man, I'm tired. I think it's time for a jaunteroo or two. Alright, just rolling up the window here. Bear with me, ladies and gents. Do not try this at home, kids, but I'm driving in a solid fog bank. So, like, in combination with the hotbox, I can't see anything right now. It's extremely dangerous. Maybe if I roll the windows down. No. Okay, the fog is pouring in through the windows. That was a bad idea. Shit, it's too thick. The fog is just everywhere now. I can't just... Hey, present day Pete here with an important message for the kids. Don't you ever smoke weed and drive, kids. See what fucking happens? Alright. Okay.
A message from the Government of Canada.
Sorry about that, guys. The feds kind of swooped in there and made me include that message in the potline. Anyway, so where were we? Oh, yes. The fog. The fog. Forced to exit the van I had stolen from my friend, I looked around, struggling to see through the impenetrable fog. All I could hear was a grotesque slosh of a noise. And then I saw what looked like a man. A shadowy hulk of a man, lumbering in the distance. He was the one making the obscene sloshy noise. So I grabbed my gear and headed toward the shape, calling out with no answer. While investigating the area where the figure roamed, I heard a cat cry out for help. Hey, kitty. Come say hi. It's okay. Oh no, it appears this kitty is caught in a rudimentary trap of some sort. It's okay, little guy. There's a nice boy. I'll just help you out of there. Oh, this cute little guy. Rubbing up on my legs. What a special little man. He doesn't even have a collar. I shall name him Fartosaurus. Come on, Farty. Let's go see what's hiding in the fog. If I remember correctly, there should be a small town up ahead. That is, if it exists in this universe. Damn, you're pretty fucking annoying, aren't you? With a new kitty companion at my side, I cut through the gray gravy of the night. The hideous moon is now invisible through this wet blanket, but it seems to add to the ominous glow, casting shapes and shadows of horrendous size and proportion. As Fartosaurus and I approached the mysterious town, the ghosts of the fog receded steadily, yet gracefully, like Jude Law's hairline. The cat hissed at me, refusing to step foot into the town, seemingly petrified. So I continued solo. Currently entering the town proper, I am unable to place exactly where I am. The buildings, streets, and fixtures around me seem stately, antiquated, and strange. As I flow down this winding, cobbled street, lights flicker and dim, swallowed by the fog. I am beginning to feel anxious and horny. Ooh, now what do we have here? A bed and breakfast, you say. The barking lamb, you say. Ooh, oui, oui, mon crayon à toi.
Well, hey there, stranger. You need a place to stay?
Well, this place isn't really up to my standards, so I don't want to sleep here, but I will have sex with a prostitute if you have any.
What the hell you think this is, boy? Why, everyone who comes here thinks there's some kind of Wild West brothel. Well, it ain't. It's a bread and breakfast.
A bread and breakfast?
You know what I meant. Don't be an asshole.
Well, I'd love to stay and pal around with you, but I'm exhausted. Where's the closest Holiday Inn?
Fool, there ain't no Holiday Inn around here. Now come in out of the cold and sit by the fire. We'll tell you some stories.
Okay. Actually sounds kind of nice. People, now entering the Barking Lamb bed and breakfast, located somewhere very foggy.
Who you talking to?
Lonely people. I'm recording a potline for the internet.
Oh, the internet. Now, I heard someone talking about that on the radio last night. Is it any good?
You're asking me if the internet is good?
Mm-hmm.
Mostly no. No, the internet is just fucking sucks.
Why do you bother then?
Jesus, I don't know, lady. What's your name anyway?
Name's Hedda.
Pleasure to meet you, Hedda. I'm Pete, and what's the name of this town where we are?
Wolfton. Oldest town in Canada, and as you can tell, it's a small town, Pete. No other real accommodations to speak of, but we got everything you need right here.
Fair enough. It's foggy as fuck out there anyway. But, see, I need a mechanic to look at that gas guzzler I have sitting by the highway. Do you know anyone?
Oh, is that your Volkswagen out there? One of our guests just said they'd seen a bitchin' ride, left it rusting in the dustin'.
Yes, they must have been talking about my Volkswagen when they said that. Now, where is this guest? Seems like I'm the only one here.
Oh, he's just over there in the dining area, reading his stories.
Maybe he's the mysterious figure I saw, stumbling around in the fog.
Sounds like a drunk fisherman to me.
Maybe.
Anyhow, I can ring your mechanic in the morning. In the meantime, I suggest you retire to the living room. Nice and warm in there.
Okay, thanks, Hedda. I'll do just that. I spent some time trying to focus on my present assignment while simultaneously trying not to worry about the van, and this led to heavy drinking. After 2 hours of reality TV and approximately 13 Jaeger bombs, I did the responsible thing and cut myself off just before I blacked out. Later, as I sat unwinding by the fire, I stuffed a bowl from a pipe held in the decorative communal caddy with some other smoking implements. It was a modest-sized fireplace that warmed the living room, which adjoined the dining area, wherein lies the all-important bar. Maybe one more Jaeger bomb couldn't hurt. Another townsperson is sitting quietly in the corner of the living room, which I would deem the library. He's sitting and reading what looks like a novella.
So, how you liking it here so far, Pete?
Oh, it's just fine, thanks. Hey, I was looking at those portraits on the wall there. Is this town really 400 years old? Doesn't seem to make historical sense.
Why, yes, it is, and although it may be tough to wrap your little pecker head around it, Wolfton was founded in the year 1620, dear.
And who's that guy in all the paintings? He looks like a super rad street magician.
That there is the founder of Wolfton, Chuck DeWolf.
Did somebody say Chuck DeWolf? Goddamn hero. Exciting life that guy had. He was a smuggler, you see. Goddamn good one at that. One day, he went missing, you see.
What happened to him?
Nobody knows. Some say it was rival pirates who killed him. Others argue he left this plane for a new world, a better world, filled with even more riches to smuggle.
Oh, I don't believe that old tall tale. If he was so rich, then why didn't he leave behind a trace of his wealth?
Because he was a genius, ahead of his time.
And when you say he left for a better world, what do you mean?
Oh, how on earth would I know? I'm just a lowly patron. But hey, I'll tell you one more thing about old Chuck DeWolf. He may not have left behind any riches, but boy howdy, did he ever leave behind some mad poetry. I mean mad, off the wall, batshit cocksucking crazy. Most of it didn't make no cocksucking sense to no one. I still remember this one poem so well. I can recite it for you now. Upon the seas, the dead do dance, like buoys they bounce and bob. They'd have killed me if given chance. But hey, it's just a job. I might go beneath the waves, in the cold depths descending, as I mow these mushroom staves, reaching heavenly heights, near ending.
Aw, what a cute little poem.
Fascinating.
Indeed, it's one cocksucker of a poem in it. That's because D. Wolf was one cocksucker of a writer.
Hey, is it just me, or did this guy just start saying cocksucker a lot? Like all of a sudden? What's the reason for that?
Oh, I apologize there, partner. You see, when I get sleepy late at night, my vocabulary tends to dwindle and my blood gets up flowing down south, if you know what I mean.
Oh, gross, dude. This guy has a full erection right now. Are you seeing this?
Well, that is very inappropriate, sir. Have you had a boner that entire time we were talking?
No, just 30 seconds ago. Happened real fast to me.
All right, well, I'm off to bed, folks. Thanks for having me. Thanks for the Jaeger bombs. Speaking of which, Hedda, could I have just one more before bed?
I think you've had enough.
Okay. Also, Hedda, I gotta ask, where did you get that cool necklace there? It's like a magical emerald.
Oh, it belonged to my late husband. He was a gypsy.
Well, if I ever meet your husband's ghost, I'll tell him I like his style. Good night, old girl.
Good night, Mr. Schwartz.
And so I retired again, this time to my small, cozy room upstairs. I looked out the window once more at the gray fog still pouring through the streets. Closing the window blind, I took out my contact lenses before hitting the bed like a ton of bricks, closing my dry eyes. And I had a dream that night where I'm stumbling clumsily around an alien world, tantalized by an obscure, menacing presence. Bells, chimes, and synth sounds blend with unholy voices and a crescendo of terror. I feel as though I'm slowly drowning in a dark bramble. I jolted out of bed, half awake. Seemed like early morning, but the gray glow of the window, it didn't look any different from the night before. Felt like I didn't sleep at all. Cracking my malnourished bones, I looked around the plain room with slightly less drunken eyes to see a pamphlet sticking out between some books on a small shelf built into the wall. This pamphlet described how to enter a local cult whose symbol was a wolf's head in a circular hieroglyph. The cult, founded by Chuck DeWolf. The back of the pamphlet spoke of initiates joining him in a utopian underwater civilization, leaving this world and physical body for realms of pleasure. I ripped off a little piece of the pamphlet to use as filter and pocketed the rest for future filter use, and set out. Walking downstairs, I found the residence vacant, so I left a note saying I'd be back to pay later, which was a complete lie, before I set out into the town. The close-knit houses are empty, with gray fog creeping about any available avenue. Gotta get back to the van. Not that I can drive it, but maybe I can flag someone down. Wait, where was I? Because I came from there. Or... how is it still so fucking foggy out here? Am I lost already? Wonder where my kitty friend is. Weird how there are like no animals out here. No cats or dogs, no rats or hogs. Not even bats or frogs. Unless they're hiding somewhere. In the fog. Ooh boy, I can smell that low tide now. Hell, I can taste it. Give it a big old chew. Always reminds me of the time I went to Amsterdam for a sex show, and this lactating woman blindfolded me and made a penguin sit on my face. Not exactly what I paid for, but it was alright. And what is this? I can see a figure in a nearby church. Just blurred past a broken window to the right. Oh yeah. He's in there alright. He or it. Fuck, I think it heard me. Or maybe not. I'll just keep skulking over here. Entering the church now, and shit. I see something over at the altar area, drinking. Holy water? Sure is thirsty. Listen to this. I'm ducking behind a pew. Still trying to get a good look at this thing. Holy shit. It's a fish. A fish head. I mean, it's a man with a fish's head and fishy arms. A fucking fish man. I'm not being very quiet, am I? Maybe I should shut up before this chortling, scaly fish being overpowers me with his fish-like strength. Ah! Back off. Okay, time to get the fuck out of here. Tumbling down the street like the last slug of a Jaeger bomb, I ran blindly until I came to the town's wharf. Climbing down from the wharf to the beach, I began to find footprints leading from the town out towards the ocean. These footprints curiously seemed to change in form, the closer they got to the water. As I hastily inspected furthermore, my professional opinion was that the entire town had vacated, walked out to some dank destination, unknown to any human being. And so I set off in their direction, closely following the sluggish tracks left behind in the sand. End of Book 1. To continue listening, Please turn the cassette around and insert again to play Book 2. Hey ladies, it's Pete Schwartz here, and I'm lost as fuck. Stumbling in the fog here on the South Shore, walking away from the town, following the path left by the denizens, and I seem to have lost sight of any kind of structure, much like this story arc. Now that the tide is on my side, I'm still thinking of those gnarly footprints I saw in the sand, leading out to the water, as if a herd of humans just marched into the sea. The further out I go, the more human prints become intermingled with strange, beast-like impressions, suggesting dragging limbs and unnatural shapes. But why? What happened to the fishman I saw earlier? Was he involved? And who the hell's gonna fix my van? Some kind of fishman mechanic? Not bloody likely. Flipper-thumbed monstrosities. That's all they are. What the fuck am I gonna do now? Man, I think it's high time I take a little break and roll a little joint. Now, what did I do with that filter that used to be a mind control pamphlet? Ah, there it is. Funny. I never noticed this poem before. Here, I'll recite it for you guys before I tear it to pieces. Follow the marks one by one, the shoreline made of bodies out of stone. Our treasure sleeps between the eyes, hidden betwixt by fish alone. I must say, this mystery has adventure come all over it. Oh yeah, it smells like Digby, all right. The prints in the sand became less and less prominent as I approached the rocks on the shore, lumbering toward them in hopes of finding my bearings. The tremendously low tide allowed for easy rock access as I scaled upwards, hoping to find the elusive high water mark for when that tide came back in. Continuing up the rocks, I hit pay dirt. I found a fucking cave. A Spielbergian cave at that. Yeah, this was a classic Smuggler's Cove scenario, guys. Straight out of a pirate cartoon from the 80s. And the cave's mouth was wide open, inviting me inside. Could this be the cave where DeWolf's treasure is hidden, I wondered. And right after I wondered that, I immediately considered starting my own reality TV show on the History Channel. Quickly lost the idea when I heard a fishy noise. A noise that drew me deeper into the recesses. So I snuck toward this sound, noticing two fishmen who looked younger than the one I'd seen earlier, scalier too. And with them was one human loading a substance into cylinders, priming them for transport through a subterranean water system. I caught a glimpse of a strange-looking weapon, like a Nerf machine gun, but without the Nerf. The human lifted a lid off a crate, retrieving a sphere that they held in their palm. The human was speaking to the fishman, so I got closer to capture some of it on tape. Here's an edited live recording of what happened.
Yaga, Achu, THULHU, Oyuhu. Oh, loyal, nimble fish masters of Atlanta, I worship you and all your stunning abilities.
Activate the sphere, peasant.
Yes, indeed. As per our nightly ritual of weapon smuggling, I will activate this glowing sphere, which will then, of course, transform into a super nifty suit like the Varia suit from Super Metroid. Away we go!
The brainwashed human twisted the gadget, then dropped it like it was hot, and the sphere expanded, tightening and coiling around his body, unraveling and adhering to the wearer as a kind of morphable diving suit, metallic yet flexible. Then all three took the cargo in tow, down into the waterhole. Okay, I think the coast is clear for now. Hell, man, I gotta get me one of those Metroid suits. That looked kick-ass, dude. I'm sure there must be another one of those things around here somewhere. Maybe if I rummage through this obvious crate. Ha-ha! Bingo, baby. I just hit the crackpot. Okay, power suit activate. Cool, this thing's got like an interactive menu and everything. Let's see. First, I want to set it to easy mode. Primary weapon, hand cannon, that's fine. Oh, it has built-in waste disposal. I am gonna take mad shits in this thing. I can't wait. Alright, I guess this is it. There's no going back. I'm staring into the black water hole as I speak to you, dear listeners, at this the point of no return. Side quests forever abandoned. Adventure anew. Oh! As the underwater river system headed downward, my new suit allowed for comfortable travel with ease. Crystal shapes jutted and sparkled amongst waves of bizarre glowing fungal forms and phosphorescent grass. For a second, I was reminded of that poem on the pamphlet, followed by another strange memory from when I was a kid, and I watched that Little Mermaid porn movie at my cousin's house. Little Spermaid, I think it was called, yeah. Great production value, too. It could have been, it would have been a good movie even if it wasn't a porn. The cave water is dark. There's still no sight of those three motherfuckers I'm trailing. A strong current seems to be guiding me toward a warm glow in the distance. I'm out now, birthed, out of the cave's mouth. Or maybe it's butthole, it's hard to say. A beautiful underwater city with domes, spires, columns, and otherwise unearthly designs are delighting my vision. There are 3 buildings with identically bulbous rooftops. 2 are smaller versions of the one between them. Now, the prominent building, the golden one, it looks like a sultan's palace. As I sink down closer to the neon city, my feet slip on the slimy rocks of the ocean floor. This golden palace now towers overhead, magnifying me, choosing me. I swam closer. Never seen anything quite like it. These underwater structures look very similar to the underwater city from that movie Aquaman Ate My Ass, Part 7, which, unlike the Little Spermaid, does not hold up as a good film on its own. Hey, why am I so horny all of a sudden? Why do I keep thinking about...
Seize him!
Ah! Fuck me. The fishmen are back.
Capture him, now, upon entry.
Listen, fish dudes. I think we have a lot to discuss, so let's go hang for a while, okay? Shoot the shit. Whew, that reminds me, I need to vent some waste. Hang on a sec, guys.
Good God, man. Did you just defecate right in front of us?
When in Rome.
Oh, you're not in Rome anymore. Welcome to Atlanta.
Atlanta? Oh, come on, are you fucking kidding me?
Quickly now, gang. Activate the suction hatch. Send him in through the airlock.
Holy shit. Where the fuck? Am I dead now? What happened to my suit? Wow, get a load of this place. It appears I'm inside the main hall of the palace. Good Lord. This has got to be the largest and most wholly remarkable room I've ever seen.
Remarkable indeed.
Ow, where the F did you come from, fish prick?
I am from Atlanta.
And where is this Atlanta, pray tell?
Just take a look around you, sir. Take a look at the crystal floors and the spiral stairs, the silver couches and golden chairs.
Hey man, I'm the narrator here, so shut your stupid wet mouth for a second. I'm trying to tell a story. Okay, listeners? I can see a cluster of long, wiggling, transparent strands that look like giant eels, draping down from the ceiling, absorbing emerald light, acting as curtains for the waterproof windows. The walls are composed of fluid water, rushing down into a fountain perimeter that circles the room continuously.
Gentlemen, take this human to the war room.
Okay, fine. Just give me one more minute to wrap up this descriptive narration.
There are no minutes left to spare.
Okay,
We
yes,
must educate you on the ways of our...
Anyway, right now I'm looking at a crystal staircase that twists endlessly upward, so far that I can't tell exactly how massive this place really is. Now follow me, ladies and gentlemen, as I continue down the diamond corridor that stretches beyond the sparkling staircase.
Blah, blah, blah. Enough is enough. Someone please knock him over the head or something. I'll drag him into the war room myself.
Hazily waking up on the cold stone floor of the war room, I sat up and felt a wet, slimy hand grab hold of my hair, pulling my head back. The fish gang then forced me to drink some foul-smelling, glowing brew with mushrooms bobbing in chunks. I'm seeing things, oh, I'm so scared now. Melted faces and shifting forms. No new song and dance for this daring boy. But I'm still surprised as they realize tangible beings, oh, tangible beings, oh, tangible beings, oh, they coalesce from vapors and mist, I guess. These tangible beings I sing of, they are tendrilled jellyfish floating before me. 3 of them. I watch as their central mass shifts around in a circular pattern.
What is he doing? Why does he keep talking like that?
I think he's recording a potline.
That's one hell of a tape recorder you've got there. Is it waterproof?
Well, yeah, this is actually a Duke's leather tape recorder case. 100% waterproof leather.
Neato!
Hey, you jellyfish sound exactly like those fish people from earlier.
Ah, very observant. 'Tis true, we are the true creators of this underworld. The fish people are unable to speak, so we speak for them.
True creators, huh? Well, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Pete Schwartz, true detective. And by the looks of your gelatinous asses, I'd say you are... interdimensional aliens, am I right?
Why, yes. That's pretty spot on. We are the Gelatos. My name is Brian, and this, my lover, Brian. And this is our mutual friend, Bryant.
The mushrooms we gave you allow you to see us. For centuries we have existed within the vapor of unseen realms, traveling between the worlds with ease.
Long ago, we first encountered these prehistoric fishmen, all thanks to their steady diet of psychedelic drugs.
We entered into a symbiotic relationship with the fish people, attaching ourselves while controlling their minds and actions, helping them build a far more advanced civilization than that of the humans on land.
Well, that's debatable. I mean, it looks really pretty down here, but you guys probably don't even have a Nintendo, so...
Yes, we do. In the basement there is a Nintendo 64, with at least 7 games, though the controller is totally fun.
And we have a VCR with a bunch of movies we found in a discarded backpack on the beach.
Oh yeah? What movies?
Lawrence of Arabia, Citizen Kane, Adam's Family Values, Debbie Does Dallas, and a few other pornographies.
Hey, have you guys seen The Little Spermaid or Aquaman Ate My Ass, Part 7?
Oh yes, many, many times indeed. In fact, the set design in those films were heavily influential on the architecture of Atlanta.
I knew it. I knew I'd seen those buildings before.
Okay, nobody cares about our architecture. I think we should get back to over-explaining things for a while.
Indeed, yes. Brian, let's have a quick history recapsule for this daring boy, shall we?
I'm not a boy. I'm a grown man.
All right, fine. I'll do it. But only as a long-form sea shanty duet with Bryant.
I'm down.
Cool. Wow, you guys are very musical, huh? This is, it's fun.
We aliens come from another planet.
Subspace transportation.
We met them fishmen in prehistory.
No idea how savage they were.
Oh, dirty American Jesus, no. Living in caves and getting high.
That ain't no life worth fighting for, no. That ain't no life worth fighting for. So they got to work building fancy homes instead of living in squalor.
And we helped them build a great machine, changes in the tide at sea.
That Bay of Fundy, powering the city's technology. Great tides of Fundy, powering the city's technology. Yeah!
That's enough. Look, he's not even paying attention.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I kind of zoned out there for a while. Not a big fan of sea shanty songs, to be honest, but it was kind of cute, I guess.
There's no time for cuteness. Now listen here. We, the Gelatos, are in a super stressful situation right now.
Yes, you see, after years of pollution, our beloved fish people are dying, leaving us little choice but to transport their entire race and their fancy buildings to another world.
Did you see the moon last night?
Uh-huh.
Well, the moon will be full tonight, and that's the final push we need to power up our largest transporters. We're racing against time here, and each other.
Yes, here's what we've been trying to get through to you. We three gelatos are known universally as the Triad of the Elders.
Oh, that's kind of cute, too.
We are the ones to trust, Mr. Schwartz. For there has been a rift between the gelatos that has lasted for ages. Another triad of gelatos has broken away from us, you see, and they started up their own revolution on land. A civil war is upon us, Mr. Schwartz. A war which I fear we may lose.
Okay, so do these evil jellyfish have a name?
They call themselves the tripods.
It's fucking dumb.
I know. And for years, this vicious trio have enslaved the fishmen and humans to their own purpose, acquiring earthly wealth and power, while taking over areas on the land as well, like that foggy town up there. It belongs to them.
No shit. So, the fishman who attacked me earlier...
He was, of course, an evil jellyfish, yes. The bed and breakfast up there is their main headquarters.
Holy fuck, dude, I slept there last night.
It's a miracle they didn't kill you. Puzzling, in fact. They'll often snag a villager or two to sacrifice or enslave. But our intelligence suggests they are plotting a mass ritual to summon an ancient beast through the transporter into our world. Our shamans are working around the clock to fight back, but we have to get the fishmen to another planet. Stat!
Can we please just get to the point, Brian? It's getting late and I need my beauty sleep.
I'm very sure I did just get to the point. Who are you trying to impress?
Oh dear, sounds like someone, or something, has breached our perimeters again. Let's hope it's not the ancient Lovecraftian beast THULHU, or we're totally fucked.
Probably just another asshole dolphin. They're always fucking with us and then, laughing about it.
Let's go check it out to be safe. Pete, it was great meeting you. Here's your suit back. Catch.
Hey, thanks. But, before you guys take off, I was wondering if perhaps you could help me return home. See, we have something in common. You jellyfish and I...
You're not from this universe either. Yes, we can tell by the way you fucking stink like donkey shit. You must be from Earth version X50B, aren't you?
I don't know exactly, but keep in mind I did shit myself 20 minutes ago.
I'll tell you what, Pete. You strap on that suit and help us fight the THULHU. And when the time comes, we'd be happy to help you get home.
Okay, but what the hell is a THULHU? Excuse me. Oh.
He is a giant, ancient, Lovecraftian monster. Haven't you been paying attention?
Yes, but I'm finding all of this very hard to follow.
Oh, don't worry about understanding every little thing. A big, bad sea monster is coming. That's all you need to keep in mind. And oh, hey. You see that crystal ball over on the desk there? Go have a look for a glimpse into the future and the horrid destruction this creature will bring upon the city.
Okay, I'll take a little look-see here. Do I shake it like a snow globe, or... Whoa! Inside the crystal ball, I'm looking overhead at the colossal beast. Its hunchback is cluttered with sores and spikes of cracked bone. Its disgustingly muscular flippers rip a fish person in half. I can see the fucker close up. I can see its yellow eyes, its snarling teeth. Over its chest lay crusty flaps of concave skin. One of the jagged horns upon its head appears to be severed. while the other horn appears to have a fish head impaled on it. I see THULHU spinning madly like a tornado, tearing through clusters of suburbs, pounding the dirt and the already trampled palace walls. The fish city of Atlanta is completely decimated. And now, all I can see is dust and rubble. A ghost town, not unlike the town of Wolfton. The vision ends.
You see, now you know what is to come. Help us, Pete Schwartz, and we shall help you.
Okay, but I have absolutely no idea how to kill a literal giant sea monster.
Gelatos, away!
No, wait, come back. I have a lot more boring questions. Shit, man. I just opened up a portal and disappeared. It's pretty badass. I think I'm alone in the palace now. I'm still kind of horny, too. Maybe I'll go check out that porn in the basement. Next time on PPU, an unthinkable creature attacks the city. Their blood summons the great beast just as the portal opens. Chaos reigns as the real fish people of Atlanta scramble for the transporters like it's planet fucking Krypton down here. And through the opened portal, the summoned gargantuan THULHU finally claws its way into our world. Who will live? Who will die? Is this what it feels like when doves cry? Find out next week in our thrilling conclusion. As this unfathomable ocean beast destroys the vast underwater city of Atlanta, our anti-hero Pete Schwartz remains trapped in the basement of a crumbling palace. Let's listen in. Well, I am currently not going anywhere until this bullshit is over. It's like the Zombo virus all over again. Good thing I have this TV VCR combo left behind by those jellyfish aliens. Can't decide what to watch next. They have a lot of nautical-themed pornos like Free My Willy, The Little Spermaid and its sequel, Sebastian Gets Crabs, but not so much in the mood for more pornography. Although I'm still horny as hell, which is a grand mystery in itself. I mean, here we have this giant Lovecraftian sea monster out there tearing the city to shreds. All I can think about is sex. It's so weird. Let's see what other movies they got going on here. Okay, aside from the porn, we have An American Tale 2, Fievel Goes West. Put that in the maybe pile. The first Pokemon movie, titled Pokemon, the First Movie. Land Before Time 10, The Great Long Neck Migration. There's a couple of blank tapes here. It's probably just more porn, but let's pop it in to be sure.
That's it. Spread it apart a little bit for you. Really good in there. Use that tongue.
Yep, that was definitely Aquaman Ate My Ass Part 9, by the looks of it. We'll try this other tape. Old Timey Home Video Productions presents Hungry Like D. Wolf, the Charles D. Wolf story? Shit, dudes, that's the smuggler from before, remember? Oh, it seems like this is a documentary. It's got a real Ken Burns vibe so far. Directed by Elias Popcorn.
The main question most people ask about Charles de Wolfe is a simple one. Was he for real? And the answer is yes, probably. But maybe not, and also definitely yes.
As a British historian, I've seen very little documented information on this man. There are plenty of stories, however. You see, Charles de Wolf is more of a legend than a man. A word-of-mouth fairy tale, if you will.
Oh, I won't, because De Wolf was the real deal. Don't believe everything you see in documentaries, kids. The British guy is an idiot, but he's also 100% correct. Charles de Wolf is a legend, full of tales taller than giraffes' labia. Yeah, the old smuggler had really made a name for himself back in old-timey Nova Scotia. However, soon after founding the foggy town of Wolfton, he mysteriously disappeared, and later gained a following of loyal idiots who disappeared with him. But according to a long-time Wolfton resident, Hedda Gobler, Charles de Wolf didn't really found the town of Wolfton. He bought it.
That's how the story goes, dear.
Shit, that's Hedda from the B&B.
He just showed up one day out of nowhere with a ton of gold stuffed inside a cow, and he bought everything, just like that. Then he hung the mayor, took back his gold, stuffed it back inside the cow, and by midnight the town was his. He was a wonderful, wonderful man.
And a competent mayor, too, despite being high all the time. But unfortunately, De Wolf got off on the wrong foot with the townsfolk. While trying to band people together, he attempted to start his own religion, but was met with much resistance. He'd set up a stage every day, preaching out his passions on the streets, but no one would listen. And as the weeks passed, De Wolf soon realized that being mayor wasn't all it was cracked up to be, so he decided to move on from Wolfton after one more pint of moonshine. And it was here at the bar where things took a turn. After 7 too many pints, Chuck found himself outside in a back alley covered in urine, but feeling great because he just injected opium. And that's when he saw them. A trio of glowing jellyfish watched him from a distance, hovering in place, giving off serious interdimensional vibes. Charles spoke to them directly, and they spoke back, introducing themselves as the tripods.
So the tripods were these evil alien jellyfish from another dimension, and they became interested in Charles because of his crazy ideas and his impressive wealth, alright? They were looking for a place to live on the land, so De Wolf says, I'm about to bail on this shitty town anyway, you guys can live here. Go ahead, feel free to kill people, turn them into slaves, sacrifice them to awaken an ancient sea monster, whatever evil stuff you want to do. But in exchange, I need 3 favors. Number 1, I need a place to hide my vast wealth. Number 2, I need access to your opium den at all times. And number 3, I need to borrow a few of your slaves.
Hiding loot is important to any smuggler. Hiding yourself is another. And after that fateful night, it isn't clear if Charles de Wolf ever got caught on the high seas or got himself killed in a raid. Nor do we know if he was transported to another world to continue his piracy abroad. There's another theory, believed by many virgins on Reddit, that de Wolf was in fact a time-traveling wizard, as evidence does exist supporting the theory that he'd once lived as a stockbroker in the late 90s. There's even video footage of a man who looks exactly like Chuck de Wolf, hailing a cab in Times Square, yelling into a primitive cell phone, selling stocks. Check it out. Pretty crazy, right? But this stockbroking time travel theory is far too complex to explain right now. So please, stay tuned for my next film, The Wolf of Wall Street, coming up right after the commercial break.
Monster Ballads Platinum Edition is packed with pure hits from the legendary artists who taught us how to love. Call or log on.
No! Fucking VCR. Tape is destroyed now. Oh, it's just as well. That movie was fucking boring. Well, it's interesting how Charles had a hand in causing all this chaos. Then again, none of this nonsense would have happened if the bay wasn't so polluted, so I guess we all had a hand in this chaos. Fuck. Oh, this is it, man. I gotta get my ass out of here. First, I need to get high. I think I still have some mushrooms in my pocket. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. These shrooms taste awful. I could use a breath mint. Fuck, these are like the worst mints I've ever had. Why do I keep eating these? I appear to be trapped in a large tube of glass, the bridge portion of the palace. Yeah, the murky ocean outside has swallowed me whole. It's so dark now. All the neon lights faded. Houses uprooted, lives destroyed. Fish guts all over the place. Right now, I'm looking at the remains of a condo smothered in seaweed. The rubble moves upward in waves from behind the glass barrier in front of my face. It's like in BioShock, you know, when you stop to look at the scenery. The city, it looks all wavy and cool. It must be the eye of the storm now, because that shrimp dick Godzilla fucker THULHU is nowhere to be seen. To the north, I can see a steaming pit bubbling with blood. Christ. That must have been where they sacrificed the humans. Ah! It's a jellyfish.
Mr. Schwartz, you're still alive.
So far. What's going on, jellyfish friend? Where's the monster?
The great beast is resting, but soon it will be awake again to wreak more havoc on our fair city. These are the end of days, Mr. Schwartz. You must flee.
I'd love to, but I'm trapped in this fucking tube and I'm fucked.
Hang on, I'm going to teleport myself in there with you. Ah, that's better. Listen, Pete, there's no way out of here. If you just...
Whoa, buddy, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Your breath is like real bad. Do you want a mint? I have some mints
Don't
here.
think it's my breath. I've been on a new diet, so I've been gassy lately. Plus, I am about to die, so perhaps it is the scent of death you smell.
That may very well be, good sir, but I insist.
Oh, very well. Wait this is no mint, Mr. Schwartz. This is some sort of medication used to treat erectile dysfunction.
What? No way. I think you're right. Shit, I think it's like Viagra or something.
Well, that would explain why you currently have an erection.
Oh, dude, I've been popping these pills like Flintstone vitamins ever since I found them on the floor, back at the inn. That must be why I'm so consistently horny.
You know, you're not supposed to eat Flintstone vitamins like candy. Be careful.
Oh, shut it, Brian. Now, where are the others? Where's the hot one? Brienne.
Firstly, I am Bryant, not Brian. Brian is dead. And Brienne is missing.
Oh, that's balls. Sorry to hear that.
Thank you for your heartfelt condolences.
Anyway, you were saying something about finding me a way out of here?
Yes, there is a way to save you yet, human. Take a look at the warehouse down there. Inside that warehouse is one of our short-distance teleporters, which can take you back to shore in no time.
Okay, I'm on board. Just allow me to suit up.
First, I should tell you how to activate the device.
No time for that, nerd. I'll catch on.
Wow, you're like kind of an asshole, aren't you?
You're just realizing this now?
Well, good luck, you Insufferable asshole. Ugh.
You too, Bryant. It was nice knowing you, and this was one hell of an underwater civilization you had going for you down here. It's a shame it all went to shit. So what do you think the best approach is to getting out of this glass tube? Should I just use my hand cannon and blast my way out? Bryant? Fuck. I guess he's dead. Just like that. Okay. I'll blast my way out. I swam down from the shards of the glass bridge, just as THULHU woke up for another catastrophic round of smashy-smashy. All the infrastructure around me exploded to dust as my feet briefly touched the ocean floor. I used the water jet on my suit to fly toward the window of the warehouse, where my one-way ticket home awaited me. But just as I reached the window's ledge, THULHU's yellow eye caught me, and the beast rumbled toward me in an avalanche of scales and spikes, swallowing a great white shark in the process. Farting tornadoes. And then the dreaded beast screamed at me. But THULHU soon learned that all the flippers in the sea can't stop no Pete Schwartz. Its pulsating eyeball squinted when I switched on my trusty invisibility cloak, somersaulting into the warehouse, narrowly avoiding its great jaws. THULHU used its jagged horns to tear holes in the roof before finally getting distracted by a jellyfish. It might have been Brienne, taunting him from afar. I made my way through the warehouse, and, miraculously, the transporter was fired up and ready to go. A fish person was down there already, frantically pressing buttons on the machine in a last-ditch effort to ditch Atlanta for good. I hid behind a broken crate, fearing the fish person might attack me for treading on its escape plan. And then I saw the necklace. Yes, I saw the necklace glinting at me, dangling from its fishy neck. It looked like the same jewelry Hedda was wearing at the inn. And if it was, then this fish person was Hedda. Somehow she had transformed into this thing. I hate to say it, but tragically, the poor thing never made it through the transporter. After a piercing shriek, I watched in horror as Hedda, the fish, got chewed up and swallowed by a morbidly obese creature made entirely of hungry mouths. This fat, mouthy monster smacked about 50 sets of lips and belched 50 simultaneous belches before darting out of the warehouse through one of the holes in the roof, chasing blood. This was my last chance. The circular chamber on the geared-up transporter device was practically inviting me in. So, in I went. I phased out and rephased in. It's my Volkswagen. I'm back. I did it. Woo! Fucking back. Well, it's time to get the fuck out of here. Come on, old girl. The van chugs along slowly, but the lights refuse to kick in. I should probably pop the hood and check the tape holding the headlights in the socket. Oh, look at that. The light is dimly rising to life, like a drunk passed out on your front step, bathing in the sunlight of a new, glorious dawn. Oh, fuck no. No, it can't be. Fish man? Oh! Ah! No. No, fuck you. Fuck you, fish man. Give me back my tape recorder. It's expensive. And just like that, I was jumped by the fish man. Still showing visible signs from the previous wound, he lunged down from the roof of the van, flattening me. Completely immobile, I watched as his fishy fins tried to collapse my throat, pinning me down into the side of the road. I saw a vision of death himself, grinning and putting down a hand of cards upon the table. As death closes in, my vision became as hazy as the gray fog that followed me this entire goddamn weekend. When suddenly, the cat came back. My best kitty friend Fardosaurus leaps into frame, going directly for the face of the fish man. I coughed myself back to life, fumbling for a footing, and lurched over to the van. The fish man flung the cat free and turned to me at the precise moment when I said something super rad, like, "Don't worry, be happy," while leveling off a sawed-off shotgun with the initials DB carved into the stock. I opened fire on that menace. I plugged that fucking fish man into sushi, dammit, and I watched gleefully as the black ochre pools and fizzle spurted out from the corpse. In retrospect, I shot him probably way too many times. It was overkill, really. When the dust cleared, I checked on my beloved cat, and there he was, purring but not stirring. So I offered little Fardosaurus a lift in the van. A hot new ticket, far away from this sinking fish hole. I was still uncertain as to what fate befell my new aquatic acquaintances. Was Brienne still alive? And if so, will she still be able to help me get back to where I once belonged? The cat purred some more and curled up into the folds of an old jacket on the passenger seat. Digging into the pocket, I took another piece from the pamphlet for a filter and recited a bit more of the poem before driving off. Upon the seas the dead do dance. Like buoys they bounce and bob. Yeah, that's some damn fine cocksucking poetry right there. A fine contribution to art itself. Thank you, Chuck DeWolf. Wherever you are. Oh, that reminds me, note to self, rent or buy the documentary series D. Wolf of Wall Street. What else? Oh yeah, pick up some more Viagra if possible. Also some Flintstone vitamins. Okay. Cat food. Lots of cat food. Jesus Christ, you're annoying. Oh hey, I like this song. This is that new Britney Spears song, isn't it? I'll turn this up.
Live believing, dreams are for weaving, wonders are waiting to start. Live your story, faith,
okay, the show's actually over, but I'm just gonna keep playing this song if you want to keep listening. It's good.
if we hold on together. I know our dreams will never die. Dreams see us through to forever, where clouds roll by. For you and I, souls in the wind must learn how to bear.